It may be a bit too soon to make this video, but Dragon Ball Super has all the potential in the world to be the last Dragon Ball series that we ever get. So we're going to need it to have a good ass ending, and one of the best ways to do that is to take everything you know about the series, all the best and most satisfying moments, and just throw them all in at the end. Dragon Ball GT did this thing where they portrayed a version of Goku who was believed to be dead 100 years in the future, and he's walking amongst the people that he has protected without them even knowing it. Then the flashback starts with the music coming into the background. It was a good ending, and Dragon Ball Super could easily just copy GT's ending with some new art and a different song. However, it's already been done, so yeah, it was cool for the first time, and even still, I encourage everybody to go back and watch that GT ending. It's a timeless classic. I just feel like if Dragon Ball Super were to attempt something like that, it wouldn't be as memorable as GT's. Xeno and Goku have been setting up this Universal Tournament almost better than anyone else. We had the Universe 6 vs Universe 7, but the next big event that is really being hyped up is the clash of all 12 universes. Since the Black Goku / Future Trunks arc shouldn't be ending anytime soon, it would make sense for the tournament to be held much later on, maybe another 20 episodes, so it wouldn't be ending for a while. However, if Dragon Ball Super were to just abruptly stop after that, there would still be so many questions left unanswered, and without a doubt, there would have to be someone stronger than Goku at that tournament anyway, and typically Dragon Ball just doesn't end things if there's a clear goal in sight. I'm only going to go over this one real quick because everyone just expects this. So far, there has only been 2 fights between the Saiyan rivals, Goku and Vegeta. Vegeta technically won in the first battle, but Goku won overall, and Vegeta clearly won the second time, even if he was hitting him when his back was turned. Since those 2 fights, there hasn't been a third, and there hasn't really needed to be. But of course, people still want to see, when at full strength, who wins, Goku or Vegeta. For me, this is one of the best ways you could end Dragon Ball in general. Flash say 100, maybe 200 years in the future. Goku and Vegeta are nowhere to be seen. We don't know if they're dead, alive, gods or not, but as we look throughout the universe, we hear people talk about these guys as myths, as legends, as mortals who are pretty much gods. And unlike the last 2 entries on this list, just having it end with Goku, the strongest he has ever been, same with Vegeta, known around the multiverse as mortals who have triumphed gods, there's just something about the idea of that that's insanely cool. Like how we compared the GT ending, the Dragon Ball Z ending is good in theory, just maybe wasn't executed as well as it could have been. Oob was a character that prior to the martial arts tournament, nobody had heard of. His only saving grace was that he is the reincarnation of Majin Buu, and while I personally really like that concept, it still didn't sit well with a lot of people. That's why if Dragon Ball Super ever goes down the route of trying to give us the pass the torch ending, it would have to be with a character that we are already familiar with. Someone like Kaba, Oob if he gets more time in DBS, maybe even Pan. Dragon Ball Z actually had a perfect opportunity with passing the torch, and that was back in the Cell games. We all know what happened, and for that to work in Dragon Ball Super, it would almost need to be the exact same scenario. Black Goku is growing stronger and stronger as we speak, and it doesn't look like he will be dying anytime soon. The Future Trunks arc could last a while, and because of that, they really could build up this ending through the death of Black Goku. Maybe they could have a negative Spirit Bomb go up against a universal Spirit Bomb, and that would bring the juggernaut of a character and series that is Black Goku and Dragon Ball to a close. When Dragon Ball Super first started, it had a lot of technical issues. The characters were way off model, the animation was 50-50, you just didn't know what you were gonna get. As time went on, we saw minor improvements throughout the Universe 6 arc. Even in times of filler, you could tell the series was getting better. And by the time we hit the Black Goku arc, everything is how it should be. Goku looks like Goku, Vegeta looks like Vegeta. We have yet to have a bad episode since starting with Black Goku. And I feel like this is all because when they were starting off Dragon Ball Super, they were only testing things out to see if it would bring in the cash. Now they can see that it actually does. Why would it have to end? I mean, of course, it eventually has to come to an end, but Dragon Ball is a series that has been around for over 30 years, so for me to be out here talking about how it should end within the next year, it's not going to happen. I've always thought that Pokemon and Dragon Ball were the 2 animes that everyone just knew. And Dragon Ball from 1997 to 2013, over 16 years, had next to nothing to support it, and I don't see why 3 years later it should stop. This has been 6 ways Dragon Ball Super should end, and 1 way why it shouldn't. If you have any other ideas, let me know. As I said before, Dragon Ball Super shouldn't end.